Hey y'all, okay, I'm back and this time I'm sharing with you my fall winter closet switchover. But before we get started, my name is Karen. I'm a middle-aged empty nester living in Southern Georgia. I work in corporate America and in my spare time I make videos sharing my personal style. So let's get started. I remember switching over my closet, not as formally as I do it now, but I distinctly remember as a little girl, my mom going into my room and like pulling out my sister and my's, shorts, summer dresses, that kind of thing. And so I've carried that on into my adult life, and I hope my son is doing the same thing. This switchover was a little bit different because not only was I going to switch over my closet or my clothing items, but I also wanted to switch over my handbags and my shoes. And so over the past week, I took some time out over about 3 or 4 days to get this task accomplished. I really enjoy switching things over just because it helps me to keep eyes on everything that I have. And, my goal is to use and love everything that I own. In this video, we started with our handbags, then we moved on to the shoes, and finally we rounded the video out with switching over my clothes. And I take you through a bit of each of those steps. I have handbags stored in two places. One area is up here to my left, and then there is a wardrobe right behind you. They were just kind of scattered with no rhyme or reason. I wanted to rearrange my handbags just to make it a little easier for me to grab them on an everyday basis, just to make the system a lot more functional. So what I did was I moved my larger and out of season bags here. I don't use medium to large bags much anymore, and so it's just better if they're just out of my reach. However, in the wardrobe behind you, I did put in my smaller go-to bags, additionally my evening bags, clutches, and that kind of thing. So I'll give you a glimpse of all of that.
So I got some of the smaller ones taken down. I left the big ones, and the big ones from the wardrobe and another little spot are down here. So all of these are bigger slash summer bags that I don't really wear currently. So I'm trying to get them stuffed a bit, and then I will get them back up here. Okay, wish me luck. Where we are for the night. The bigger slashed spring summer bags up here. I know you're crooked, sorry. I got my smaller bags like clutches and my soft bags up here, kind of in color order. And the same thing for my smaller bags that I reach for often, also going from lighter to darker. It looks much better. I also took some time to straighten out these sneakers. So the goal is to keep it in some kind of order, right? I'll just have to add a weekly 5-minute organization to my schedule. So that's the armoire, and those are the bags on the shelf.
Once the bags were completed, I moved on to my shoes. I have my shoes stored primarily on the lower area in this closet as well as up top here. I have my go-to shoes at the bottom, and then I had my winter shoes stored away up top. I swapped them out. I reorganized some shoes that I don't have boxes for, and then I put out my kind of go-to fall shoes. The shoes aren't exactly finished because I still have my pumps out and a couple of warmer weather shoes. Yeah, I get really cold in the winter easily, and I work in a really cold building, and so my feet are the first thing to freeze. And so even during the colder months, I cannot wear pumps. So I will swap them out eventually and store them up top.
Here, these may stay down here, but if there's room, they'll go up top as well. Finally, this set of boxes is going to stay for a while. So now I'm going to fill these 3 containers with shoes, summer shoes that I don't have boxes for. Here's our friend. Okay, so if you remember, these are all my boots. And so we swapped out my spring summer shoes, sandals, open toes, that kind of thing. And along with some empty boxes, again, because I'm not quite finished with some shoes like loafers just yet. Lastly, I have shoes up here. These are going to stay there for now, but I probably will swap out some of those bags.
To round out this video, I swapped out my clothing items. I did have my out of season items stored in a bin down here to my right, as well as a small storage container that's under my bed. In addition to swapping out the clothes, I also reorganized them a bit, and so I'm definitely going to take you through that process.
Hey y'all, okay, I'm back. It is Monday, just before 7 o'clock, and this time changes. Yeah. Anyway, I'm about to get started on the final phase of my closet, which is swapping over the clothes. So when I showed you the shoes earlier, you probably saw these long things hanging. Obviously, these are summer dresses. This is the dress section period, and the majority of them are sleeveless slash short sleeve. So I'm going to swap these things out, I think, with some things that are in this bin. Is our friend in her house? Yes, she is. I'm gonna have to disturb her. And then I also have a bin on the other side of the bed that I'm gonna sort through to see if there's anything that I need before I disturb her. So let me do that. Okay, I went through the bin, and these are the things that I am going to leave in there. This is like a probationary storage area. Things that I like that I just want to, take a pause on for a while, but I want to keep, or either things that I'm just not really sure if I want to keep. So they just go there. From that bin, I pulled out these things. These were keep things, and I'm going to incorporate them into my fall winter wardrobe, I believe. When I go through to put them away or hang them up, I'll make a second evaluation, but at least preliminarily, I'm going to add these to my fall winter, and these are going to stay. Okay, I'm going to pull out these things. I'm going to lay them on the bed, and I'm going to swap out the hangers for things that I want to hang up from the bin. So let's get your girl out.
Okay, now that the clothing items are done, I'll just give you a brief overview of what I accomplished. Here I have my bottoms, pants, and skirts. Moving to the right, I have all of my longs, beginning with this hanger that's holding about 4 or 5 turtlenecks. Moving on to my other long sleeve shirts, and then ending with a few dresses. Moving on to the other side of my closet, I have this hanger with belts and some hanging items. These are all of my short sleeve tops, including some sweaters. And then we move into my outerwear. This area holds blazers, cardigans, jackets, and coats. Lastly, this area holds sweaters that I haven't gotten around to refolding yet, but I will. These sweaters live here year round, and it was just more important to me to get the other things done, and then I will get to refolding and doing a slight reorganization of these things in the coming weeks. I'm really happy with what I was able to accomplish. I did move out my spring, summer shoes and got them stored up here. I have my cooler weather shoes at the bottom, as well as a few over here. And like I showed you, the closet is a lot more functional and everything is nicely organized. I also mentioned earlier that I had 2 storage bins, one with off-season items, and then another was like a probationary storage bin. And I found that they were kind of mixed and mingling. And so I did get everything nicely separated out. So in here, I just have my spring, summer things that I hang. And then in the bin under the bed, I do have my kind of probationary things. Those are things that I am thinking about getting rid of, but I'm just not 100% sure yet. In the past, I've really kind of burnt myself and regretted getting rid of some things. And so I said, well, I'll give myself a little longer, but I can only store a limited amount of things. So I'm not going to move into a larger bin or to a second bin. if it doesn't fit in that bin, then I really have to make some hard decisions. In addition to the wardrobe that you've seen and the closet here, I do have a 6-drawer dresser, and then I do have a bed that has 2 large drawers underneath. Those are my like year-round things. They're not going anywhere. Historically, I've begun this process with a big purge. I'm really proud of myself, y'all, because I didn't have to purge much at all. I did have a few random items that filled just one paper bag, and so I'll drop them off later on today. But I do recommend purging just so that when you swap things out, you won't be taking up unnecessary space. To wrap this up, you all, I just really felt like doing a formal closet switchover really allows me to maximize my wardrobe, allows me to see everything and identify what I'm wearing, what I'm loving, what I'm not wearing, what's missing, and I do highly recommend it. So if you also swap out your closet, let me know if you found anything interesting or different, or if you have any questions about my process, please leave them down below. It's Saturday for me at about 12:01, and I gotta get out of here. So I want to say thank you again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Y'all, my goal is to have 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, which is June 26th. So that means I have 8 months to get 800 subscribers. So I'm shooting for 100 a month. I need your help. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe down below. If you aren't already watching my shorts, give them a look. Let me know what you think. I'm uploading about 2 a week just to increase my visibility. So pop over to that section. Let me know what you think. Keep fighting a good fight. I'm going to go for now, but I'll call you back.